Those guys play? Yeah. Yeah. Meh. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Those Guys Play Season 4. I know it took a while, we had our Halloween in July event going on, and you might notice that there's a bubble next to me, a still image bubble. We were having some technical difficulties with Old Man John, like Old Man Logan, except much cooler and much beardier, much ginger beardier. So John, how you doing?
I'm fantastic, man. I'm excited.
He's excited. Now you might be wondering, who's John? And that's actually an appropriate response based on the fact that we were supposed to have the Star Trek TNG podcast out by now. It was going to be for Star Trek Thursday. It was going to be a review of the pilot. That would have been on our Those Guys Play, Those Guys on the Radio YouTube channel. But that didn't come out because I'm having some hard drive issues with my desktop. Hey, John, I have some advice. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Don't keep the only version of a podcast that you have on a computer that's over 10 years old. Not sure how I made that mistake, but I did. So we might have to record that eventually, John. But right now, we're dealing with something completely different. So what game are we playing today, John?
Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana. Not Mana, how dare you. Secret of Mana. Question, John. So every time I bring someone on the show, John has seen a few episodes. I don't know how many. But you saw Deirdre on one of our episodes, and so you know kind of how they go. So basically, starting this one off, I have to ask you, what does this game mean to you? Because I've never played this game before. Any of you are like, hey, stop it, stop it. People right now are giving me funny looks. I can't see them, but I know it. What does this game mean to you, John? Because I don't know much.
This game was like the summers of my elementary school years. Like this was it was a big deal because it was an action RPG that could support, if you had the multi-tap, could support up to 3 players.
Right.
So you and your buddies could, run around and cast magic and hit stuff around the countryside. And just the idea, at least in America, I said I can't speak to anything before that. It was a co-op RPG. Was really the first and for a very long time the only one of its kind.
Right. At least for a home console like that.
Yes.
Yes, because of course, we have to definitely put that out there as well. It's the home console, especially on Super Nintendo. I mean, my experience with multi-tap was for the PS1, so hearing that it was available on the Super Nintendo, I thought, oh dang, because I didn't even think about that being available then, because, I had a Super Nintendo as a kid. I loved the Super Nintendo, but I never thought of it, I guess, duh, it has 2 ports. I never thought of it supporting a third. So, I don't know, I just never really thought that it could ever have that capability, but it clearly did, it clearly does, and I hope those multi-taps don't go for too much. I have no idea how much they go for, but still, I mean, I have a PS1 multi-tap, because who didn't back in the day? So yeah, I never realized that it could happen with the Super Nintendo as well. So did you bring some friends over when you were a wee little lad? Did you end up playing The Secret of Mana with a bunch of people?
Yes, absolutely. Because in elementary school it was me and my 2 buddies.
Yeah.
And so they introduced me to it a good chunk before because I didn't get the game until almost like a year and a half after it came out. But I would play it over their house, and then I get stuck on an area, and they would come over and help me out. And so yeah, that was a really cool thing. That was a you said there was no shortage of 2-player games, but of course, like I said, having up to 3.
That's nuts.
The multi-tap was, and back then it was your parents' money, so I don't really remember, but I don't remember it being much more than like $10 or $20.
Yeah, but the game itself though had to have been like $80 because it had a save battery. It was an RPG. It wasn't a first-party Nintendo game, so that thing had to have been like $80. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you didn't buy it, so you probably don't remember.
Yeah, that was my Christmas of '94. That was my big gun.
You still have the cartridge, yeah?
Yeah, I do somewhere. I want to say it's in the attic. One of these days, I want to dig those out just to have them, just as like a little curiosity.
Yeah. So no box or manual, but you have, because that's how a lot of my games are. I actually don't have. Manuals I have. Boxes, I had literally 0 Super Nintendo boxes until I started to try to get some of my old games. Over the last year or 2, I've started to try to get some of my old games, get boxes for them. But obviously that proves rather difficult for obvious reasons. I don't have to say it here. But But yeah, so this game means a lot to you, is the point.
Absolutely, and actually, I do have the box is long gone. The cartridge, I don't know where it is, but I do have the manual.
Oh.
Which because I kept all I was really good, if nothing else, about keeping the manuals to my games.
Yeah.
And the Secret of Mana manual was cool because it was written from the perspective of like somebody guiding the hero, and there was cool like claymation art of the characters, which is unusual and kind of nice.
That's interesting. Well, that's actually pretty cool. Okay, so we know that that this is a 3-player game. It's just going to be me today. Again, John is a bubble, so he can't play the game with me. But another thing that we have, we also have a picture of me holding up the game. I don't know if you've seen those, John. We're going to cut to one of those right now. Alright, so we talked about this game enough. We're going to jump right into playing it. Before we do, any tips, tricks, anything? Anything at all?
Well, overall, it's a pretty intuitive game. If anything, like I would suggest, switch your weapons up with your different characters. Pop for a fairy walnut early in the game, which is that's basically the way to restore your MP. You will rely heavily on magic once you do get it, but largely, like I said, just keep a good distance from the enemies. Make sure you're careful before you're striking.
Okay.
There really aren't any tricks per se, except for some like weird glitches and stuff like that. But
okay, so let's jump to us playing the game right now. All right, guys, it's starting. By the way, John, is there going to be a lot of cutscenes in the beginning, or no?
Yes, there's a little prologue that kind of catches you up to speed, and then there's a bit of dialogue before the action picks up.
So then I'll say this much, guys: if for some reason we get closer to 30 minutes and we do cut the episode, might be seemingly short, we will be releasing more of this in the near future. Even if it's John being a still image, darn it, we'll get him. We'll get this, John. We'll get this, John. Actually, you do this. Darkness sweeps the troubled
land as Mana's power fades. People await a hero who will wield the sword. Excalibur, Herald, Gygas. The blade has had many names, for it has been celebrated in myths and legends throughout time.
I just want to take a break for once.
But all of these speak to just one weapon, the Sword of Mana.
Mana, everybody. Watching.
And by the way, some people pronounce Mana, some people pronounce it Mana. I think either one is correct.
It is. I'm just making jokes. 1993. I was a lot younger than John.
I was 9.
9. Okay. Welcome to Secret of Mana. Choose new game to start from the beginning. I feel like this one should be a lot more peppy. Choose game file to start from where you last saved. Press B button to start. Well, that was different. Times were different back then.
The other cool thing that I wanted to mention, what I love about this game in particular, is that what basically that little kind of prologue was all about is that supposedly every legendary sword throughout history, in every culture's legends, has been the Mana Sword. Because as you forge up the Mana Sword throughout the game, it takes on different forms and different names. And
are those spoilers?
No.
Okay.
No. It has different. Sometimes it's Excalibur, sometimes it's Masamune.
In time, Mana was used to create the ultimate weapon, the Mana Fortress. I'm switching between both. This angered the gods. They sent their beasts to destroy the fortress. 'Cause, they have nothing else to do. The violent war rocked the world, and Mana seemed to disappear. What's going on? Before all was lost, a hero with the Mana Sword smashed the fortress. Though civilization had been destroyed, the world was peaceful again. Oh, I thought that was also starting to... But time flows like a river, and history repeats. You really love the soundtrack, don't you? You could just, because he was telling me, it sucks that we can't use the soundtrack, copyright purposes, stuff like that. So if we need to sing the soundtrack, we will. Hey, guys, wait up! You want to be Elliot? Yeah.
Shh, be quiet. The Elder will find us here and he'll be mad.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be here. There's a ghost around.
Huh, you really believe that? People say that to scare us.
immediately just a bunch of ghosts. This becomes a horror game.
But I heard Grandma say something about a shiny object near the falls.
Why would Grandma say that? Grandma, I don't know if Grandma's doing okay.
Grandma got into the Thorazine again.
Yeah. That must be some kind of treasure. We have to find it. Help, I'm falling. Oh, dang, he really is. Oh, dang!
By the way, gang, this voice acting that you're experiencing is officially better than the voice acting they put on the PS4 remake, just saying.
How dare you? It was good. The issue is mouth flaps.
No tea, no shade. It was good. They used a very inexperienced voice cast.
I would say the mouth flaps are really the biggest issue, honestly. No way to get back up. Now what am I going to do? That was too much like Timothy. I don't know. I thought you said I could name all 3 characters.
Yes, you actually will get the other 2 characters later.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so no spoilers.
Party, you'll be able to pick a name for them.
What? So I don't know what I can do. What am I doing?
Okay, go south.
Okay.
And south for our purposes is down, west is left, north is up, east is left.
I know, John. Thank you. This is his teaching skills coming into play.
I can't help it.
Do I go more south?
Yeah, go and then go right and then go down.
Oh, right. Okay.
And,
So, ooh. MBG. MBG. What in the what? I go right again, don't I?
yes.
Okay. Is this... I wonder who this... Oh, snap. It's the Master Sword. Do. Oh, the village is this way. I have to find something to cut through. Well, I wonder what you'll find.
Yeah, remember, doesn't that happen to everybody when, like, you find a legendary sword and use it as a weed whacker?
I mean, everybody does. MBG, remove the sword. Who are you? And what's this sword doing here? You know what? I have to say, I really like this character. Those are accurate things, though.
Yeah, the character's canon name is Randy, and I like him because he starts out as kind of just a confused, kind of a wimp, honestly.
But that's what
we kind of see him grow for basically a blank, generic RPG.
Say what? You mean this sword? Well, this was made in the 90s, everybody. This was localized in the 90s. That's been confirmed.
This was localized by a brilliant man named Ted Woolsey, who Squaresoft in the 90s used to give him scripts to translate in less than a month with really strict censorship guidelines and things like that. And in this case, long story short, they had to trim this game down very quickly from the Nintendo PlayStation that was scrapped to fit it on a cartridge.
Ah, yeah, that Nintendo PlayStation. That thing. I wonder whatever happened to that PlayStation.
Oh, and Matt, probably the most important tip is that with the weapons in this game, what you do is you swing the sword once, and then let that gauge blink. Okay, now attack again. What you do is that each time you hit, you want to wait for it to hit 100%, and then it will do maximum damage. If you can just rapidly swing it, but it's going to be a lot of really weak hits.
Yeah, so it works for weed whacking, but not for monsters.
Exactly, yeah, so swing
Whoa!
the sword.
What's a rabbite? Rabbite?
Yes.
What's a rabbi doing in a place like this?
Yeah, maybe you could show me the way to the village. Okay, now wait for it to hit 100. Attack, there you go.
Oh, so there aren't well, obviously there aren't cutscenes. Oh, okay, I didn't realize it was open world like this. I told you guys, never played this game before.
Free roaming, kind of like Zelda style, where you can just kind of, there's no battle screen. You just fight right there.
The graphics on this are amazing, though.
On the map, it's really cool. It's really fast paced, and it's honestly a bit of terrific.
This game looks amazing.
And yeah, the graphics are great. And
oh God, they're dodging. They're becoming self-aware, John.
This pushed the Super Nintendo to its limits because, like I said, it was actually designed for more advanced software, but they somehow managed to fit it on the cartridge. It's not without its programming problems. It's a rather buggy game, but
I could only imagine.
But it looks great. It honestly does. Like I said, the environments are really lush. There you go.
I got him.
And that's the other thing and that might, I don't know if that's a programming quirk or what, but a lot of times what will happen is the game will need to catch up to the damage you've done, and the enemy will just spontaneously explode.
I mean, I'm okay with spontaneous explosions. By the way, is there a place I should be going right now, or am I going the right way, and that's why you haven't corrected me?
Yeah, you're good. There's really only one way to go.
Okay.
All roads lead to Potos. which gave birth to a meme that I don't even know if it was a meme or just something I saw on a message board and thought was funny. But this guy who used to play his little brother called Potos Potatoes. At one point, his little brother went into a save file and sold his power wrist, and he's like, "Well, you know what? We're going back to potatoes to get another power wrist."
We're going back to potatoes to get another.
So in my head, Potos is always potatoes. And,
all roads lead to potatoes, John.
And gang, the problem here is there are no power wrists in Potos. They don't sell them there, so...
Why is that a thing that I know he's a kid, but like, to just, like, I love, like, Link is like, let's see what we can do, and this kid is just like, I will destroy this, and I love it. Do you have a key for it? We don't need a key.
And the candies that you're getting are basically like the game's low-level healing item. And the other thing that is on a very short list of things that are not great about Secret of Mana, you can only carry up to 4 of any given item.
I can only carry 4 candy. Oh, no.
And if your inventory is full, you'll get a funny message like, candy won't fit.
Thanks, guys. I guess candy won't fit today. I feel like we're getting to that point where candy won't fit. By the way, so the forest is off limits, so I shouldn't have been in the forest, but also I almost died, so that's my excuse.
Yeah, you in a heap of trouble.
Yeah. But, I mean, I almost died, though, so, like...
Chancleta doesn't even cover it.
Oh, okay. So I was confused at what he just said. What he tried to say was, this is a white man who tried to say the word chancleta. I am Puerto Rican and Cuban, and he was trying to say that chancleta will not cover it as, i.e. a punishment. I was very confused until I was like, oh wait, I heard it in my language.
Chancleta.
Oh no, the candy won't fit. By the way, so the candy goes away.
Yeah, so if you try to get more than 4, it'll...
Yeah, you mentioned that already. But it does stink that I couldn't get that candy, and now I definitely need it, which, I mean, it's fine because I have them. But still.
Yeah, no, with the ring menu, just keep pressing down.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's kind of an elegant little... It takes a little getting used to, but it's kind of an elegant way of getting you onto the menu.
Wow, so these things really started to... By the way, I also, off camera, I did level up, but these things really started to learn how to fight out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
No, but it's really...
They're hungry for flesh. And the other thing too is that when it says sword reaches level 1 or level whatever, that means that you get, for each level that you get with a weapon, you get a super attack.
Oh.
And what you do is you charge up, you hold down the attack button, and then let the gauge. You might not have gotten there yet.
Right.
But when you do, you just hold the attack button until the gauge fills up, and then you depending on how high your weapon level is, you'll be able to pull off a little super move.
Okay.
All right.
I'll try to remember that one day when we're playing it at that point of the game. Oh, snap. Is that Grandmama? Who is that? How do I speak to her? I do not want to use my sword on this woman.
Cancel button, I want to say. And you'll notice your weapon is sheathed in town, so there's no worry about attacking people. But, hit A, I think.
There we go. For some reason, it took a while for some reason. Oh, you want to do this, actually?
Did you see that, MBG? A minute ago, something lit up the sky near the falls. I have a bad feeling about this. Okay.
Who is this man?
These are the iconic Seiken Densetsu Mana series merchants who have kinesthesia and cannot sit still.
Okay, question. Is this the first Seiken Densetsu game?
This is Seiken Densetsu 2.
Got you.
The first one was released on the Game Boy, and we got it as Final Fantasy Adventure.
Right! Okay, thank you for reminding me. And we never got the third one, which makes everyone sad.
Right. The third one didn't make it to America because, by then the Super Nintendo was on its last legs. It was kind of a complex game. I
mean, yeah, you don't want to sell a game for like $80 to $100 around the end of a console's life cycle.
Yeah, that came out in 95, so it was, like I said, a little bit later on. But yeah, this was Seiken Densetsu 2. So it's really like a cousin of the Final Fantasy series, because the Seiken Densetsu series was envisioned as sort of a side story to the Final Fantasy series.
Can I talk to him or buy something from him, or no?
Yeah, talk to him and get a bandana.
MPG, on an errand for the Elder. Best hurry along. What'll it be? You said bye?
Bye, yeah. And then the only thing that you really need at this point is the bandana.
Okay, which I cannot get.
Okay, or you can come...
Damn!
If you'll have more money, you get money in a treasure chest in this town, so don't worry if you can't get it just yet.
So I have to I have to talk to. This is it's Timothy, Elliot, and then Elder. Okay.
Right.
Oh, and it'll start the cutscene. MBG, you're not hurt. They just told me what happened. I mean, like, dude.
I thought you were a goner.
Haha, so did I. This is just his entire fever dream. That's all this ever is. I told you it was stupid to bring someone like him along. Wow, Timothy. Wow.
Nice dunce cap, dude.
You idiots! Weren't you told not to go there? I mean, weren't you told not to go there? Huh? MPG? What's that you have? Oh no, it couldn't be. So is this like a bad omen, like taking the lamp out of the Cave of Wonders or something?
In effect, yeah.
Ha!
Yeah. We'll find out more about that whole situation later, but as of right now, all we know is that...
No bueno.
You know,
That's all we know. No bueno.
No bueno.
That's all we know. By the way, you're Elliot.
Dude, I spotted him on... Cool, did you find the treasure?
Way to go! What have you done? How could you have pulled out the mana sword? MBG is like, alright, at this point, I'm feeling really offended from all parties.
I just came here to find treasure, and I'm feeling really attacked right now.
It's impossible! Like, at this point, I'm waiting for him to be like... At this point, it's just like, alright, stop being so surprised, right?
It's
like,
an RPG, we found a sword.
Yeah. The mana sword? Legend has it that our village is finished. Okay. If the sword is removed, and here it is. It's like Elder really used to do theater back in the day. It is said that the mana sword has been protecting our village from disaster, and little MBG over here.
So that's it. That's why all the monsters are attacking us now.
Oh, come on. I feel like all of you are pointing fingers at me. And remember, I'm the guy with the sword. So everybody relax. Play it cool.
An outsider like you yank out the sword and bring doom to us all.
Alright, now I'm really feeling attacked. Ow! I'm really being attacked. Hey, stop it!
You did it. It's your fault. You.
Please stop!
You.
Boop, boop, boop. Wow, earthquake.
What the hell? Alright, get ready for your first unlosable boss fight.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my first. Oh, boy. Everyone remembers their first. I can't believe it's my first unlosable.
A monster! You have a sword, don't you? Use it!
You know what? I will. Immediately attacks Elliot. He ran into a wall.
Hey, can you hear me? Watch how the monster moves before attacking.
God damn, that's a good voice.
I'm sorry, I kind of co-opted Gem on that one, but I've been wanting to play him for a while.
Oh no! I think I'm gonna lose this battle for so many reasons.
I hope I don't die to this battle.
Ow! I'm super unconscious.
Game, if you get hit by magic, there's really nothing you can do to avoid it. This also works in your favor later when you have magic because the enemies can't avoid it either. But yeah, don't really...
I know, don't try. It's like Mega Man X. You played Mega Man X, yeah?
A long time ago. I said it only briefly.
Aw, dude, we have to play Mega Man X. Like, off camera, we have to play Mega Man X. So good. Such a good game.
And I remember that being one of the better ones in the very, very long series.
I only bring it up because it also starts with an unlosable boss fight.
Yeah, well, it's two. There you go. So you're dead, but...
Oh, you're like... I think this is man. It said, hang on.
Clear your mind. Wait until you have 100% power and aim carefully.
Oh, boy. Yeah, but at the same time, though, it's not really going to help until when I get hit with magic.
Yeah, no, the magic, you're just kind of in for it.
Or the acid breath. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like I'm just, Ow. I feel like I'm just ow. I'm just waiting for demise.
Seriously, dude, just kill the thing. I'll help you out.
But you told me it was unbeatable. Is it actually beatable?
Yeah, it's beatable.
Oh, darn you. I was expecting to get beaten.
He's probably going to be dead any second, honestly. You've got a few good hits in on him.
Oh, God. Let's hope.
All right, there you go. Eat 'em.
Get him.
Yeah,
Get
watch
him.
out for those. Just try to stay out of range. Watch how he moves, and just try to stay out of range of those sickle. There you go.
There we go. No, I thought he was legitimately unbeatable, John. I'm relying on you here.
No, you can't lose this one.
No, but that's different than no. It's reverse. In Mega Man X, you get beaten, but it's okay because it's to progress the storyline. I thought that's what this was.
Okay, so there you go. So now you got a sword orb, and then
Hey.
each time you beat a boss, you're gonna get an orb for a weapon. Actually, hold on a sec. You did it. Wait there. I'll pull you up.
All right. Wow, look at him, crying like a babe.
That appears to be the real Monosword.
Huh? Why?
It's supposed to be pulled out by a knight in times of great trouble.
Huh? Why?
Problem is, you're too young. Something must have happened to the Monosword.
Huh? Here, it's yours.
Oh, thanks, free Monosword!
That's
The sword is losing its power and must be re-energized.
that's just how they start using it as currency.
Only the person who pulled it free can do that.
What should I do?
Visit Sage Luca in the Water Palace.
I don't know where any of that is.
She's been protecting these lands for over 200 years. Listen to her advice.
I'll listen to her advice after I listen to where she is. Somebody tell me. Oh, wait.
Oh, so Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. MBG, the Elder wants you in his house.
I got the popsicles in my freezer.
Yeah, like what?
Well, I have to be off. My name is Gemma.
Okay.
I'll wait for you inside the Water Palace, but I'm not going to tell you where it is.
You didn't tell me anything.
But it's cool because I paid your canon travel fare, so no worries.
Can I save at any point, or do I have to find a specific place to save?
You saved at the inn.
Is there an inn in this town?
I don't remember.
Okay, guys, so that wraps up another episode of Those Guys Play Season 4. But don't you guys worry, because John and I will be bringing you some more Secret of Mana Let's Plays in the near future. Because this game is actually, like, here's the thing. I never thought the game was going to be bad, but I think, John, you know how it is. People hype up a game, and you never, or something, it could be anything, and you never know it's going to live up to those expectations. But, damn.
Yeah, and different strokes for different folks, but if you like action RPGs, if let's say that you're into, let's say, Kingdom Hearts, if you have picked up some of the later entries in the Mana series, it's a must-play.
I think I like this game so much because, I don't know, something about this game, just like early Kingdom Hearts, was very simple. Now, that doesn't mean at all that I'm not going to want to pick up like Kingdom Hearts 3 or anything like that, but there's something about this game that's simple, and for me personally, that's good, because I feel like certain newer action RPGs, there's just so much going on. And I'm not saying this game won't get harder, duh, but I just feel like jumping into this game for the first time versus some other newer action RPGs for the first time, I didn't know if I was that into action RPGs.
It's great. It's fast paced. It's pretty intuitive. It throws you into the action pretty fast. So yeah, I kind of like that and appreciate it about it too. I'm all for deep gameplay mechanics, but there's really something to be said for just running around and whacking stuff with a sword.
No, yeah, and I really like that so much. So I really want to do more of these. If you guys want us to do more of these, please comment down below as well. And definitely I'm going to get John on also for next season as well. Which we're not there yet, so we're not talking about next season just yet. We still have some more Those Guys Play Season 4 episodes. But either way, it has been so much fun to have you on, John. I really want to have you on again soon because it's been a blast. So,
all right, thanks, Matt. I look forward to seeing you next time.
Seeing me, even though you are only a still image, but it's okay. I also
occupying this pocket dimension again.
Yes, you'll be in this pocket dimension, but maybe next time you'll be able to see a moving version of you instead of this this ventriloquist version of you.
No, you're the dummy.
How dare you, sir? Either way, love you all. Take care and tune in next time for another episode of Those Guys Play Season 4. All right, guys. So see ya.
Au revoir.